ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Welcome to the segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. We begin today with a recitation from the composition of the fifth Nanak, Guru Arjan, that is titled Tithi. Tithi Gauri Mahalla Panjava. Tithi, meaning time, refers to the Indian system of calibrating time, and it is done in accordance with the lunar cycle, the movement of the moon. And each lunar month in the Indian systems is divided into lunar days, and 30 lunar days, 29.5 actually, and these are grouped into two fortnights. A bright fortnight that comprises the waxing half of the phases of the moon, and a dark fortnight that features a waning moon. So in most areas in northern India, where Sikhi originated, the month starts on the full moon, which is called Puranmasi. Just as a matter of interest, the moon is also called Shashi, the quick-moving one, as a metaphor for the mind, because it reflects the light, like the moon reflects the light of the sun, which is permanent in relation to the moon. Similarly, our minds reflect the light of Ikonkar. And of course, there is some evidence to believe that the moon exerts a powerful influence on the mind. Its waxing and waning does seem to affect our moods. Lunatic, people going crazy on full moons. But I think in this composition, Guru Arjan is delivering the message of Gurmat within that frame. What should we be doing during these phases of the moon? Let's begin the recitation. Salok Ik Oankar Satgur Prasad Jal Thal Mahial Purya Swami Sirjanhar Anek Bhant Hoye Pasarya Nanak Ekankar Pauri Ekankar Prabh Karo Bandhana Dhyaye Gun Gopind Gopal Prabh शरण परो हर राय ताकि आस कल्याण सुख जाते सब किछ होए चार कुंठ तै तिस भरम्यो तिस बिन अवर न कोय वेद पुराण सिमरत सुने बहुविध करो विचार पतित उदाहरण पैहरण सुख सागर निरंकार दाता पुगता देनहार तिस बिन अवर न जाए जो चाहे सोई मिलै नानक हर गुण गाए गोबिंद जस गाइए हर नीत मिल पजिए साध संग मेरे मीत. So the Guru is saying Jal Thal Mahial Purya, one that permeates, Swami Sirjanhar. So the Swami, the master, Sirjanhar, who is the creator, permeates all the waters and all land and all the space in between. Jal Thal Mahial. So it is all pervasive. And Nanak says, Anik Bhant Hoye Pasarya, in diverse ways has Ekankar spread its expanse. So Ekankar, the one that appears as many. That's a good way to think about Ekankar. And in the Pauri, the Guru begins with Ekam, which is the first day of the waxing cycle of the moon. So the Guru says, and of course there is ritual associated with the different phases. And the Guru here is, of course, instructing us in Gurmat. So what is he saying? On the first day of the lunar cycle, Ekam, the first, I pray, Karo Bandhana, or I ask for that wisdom, Prabh, that brings to my mind Ekankar, the oneness of all creation. Ekam Ekankar Prabh, Karo Bandhana Tyaye, Gun Gobind Gopal Prabh Saran Paron Hararai. So I seek the shelter, the refuge of that self. First, the Guru asks for wisdom that will give us this awareness of the interconnectedness of all creation. And secondly, to seek refuge in that self by assimilating the qualities of Gobind Gopal. These are attributes of the self as the sustainer and the protector. And the Guru says, by pinning my hopes on that all-powerful herself, Taki As, and this self is the source of all that happens, Jate Sab Kash Hoye, I have found peace and happiness, Kalyan Sukh. So what is the Guru instructing us to do? To seek refuge in the self, meaning to assimilate those qualities and to recognize and to realize that it is this oneness that appears to us in diverse ways and forms. That is the message of Gurmat. And then the Guru expands on this thought further. He says, Chare kuntha de dis parmyo, tis bin avarna koi, Ved Puran Simrat Sune, Bahub Bid Karo Bichar. So the Guru says, look, I've looked in all directions and I've only found the self present everywhere. I have read the Vedas, the Puranas, the Smritis, and they all declare the same thing. That is, the invisible self is alone capable of uplifting us. Patit Udharan, and it alone is capable of snatching away our fears. Paharan, and it is the ocean of all comfort. Sukhasagar. Patit Udharan, Paharan, Sukhasagar, Nirankar, the invisible one. So there is none other than the great giver, Data Pukta Denhar, tis bin avarna jai. So Nanak declares, says, instructs us to live a life of praise. What that means is to live a life that is guided by the qualities of the self. And the central message here, the Rahau, is Gobind jas gaiye harneet, mil pajiye sad sang mere meet. Mere meet, my friend. This is an address to the mind, essentially. It says, my mind, mere meet, mil pajiye sad sang. Meet with the sadhu. Here, a pointer to the enlightener, to the Guru. A sad, when used commonly, refers to anyone who is on this path. The Gurbani has used sad, sant for the Guru. So it is always a case of finding a guide, a mentor, a Guru, one who actually has realized the self. So mil pajiye. Pajiye means to do bhajan by meeting such a sadh. Bhajan, devotion, devotional activity, to engage in devotion. And one of the aspects of devotion is to assimilate qualities. Gun Gopal, Gaiya. So this is what we should do at the very outset of a new month, if you will. It's another way of saying get started. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.